Ryder. Please welcome Richard Ryder.
Hey everybody, how are you? My name is Richard Ryder. I will be your gay for this evening. Do we have any gays in the audience? Anybody by applause? Oh, thank God. That means there's makeovers after the show. That's exciting. That's exciting. I think my mother was planning a gay child for a couple of reasons. The first one is she never decorated my nursery. She just waited for me to do it. A lot of sample books and paint chips. And the other reason is because she named me Richard Ryder, a name that just shortens right down to Dick Ryder, doesn't it? I know. Public school was a hoot. Oh, the running, the name callings, the beatings. Teachers are mean, but the kids I went to school with, they were all pretty good about it. They were all like, well, how do you get Dick from Richard? I told them, you gotta ask me nice and buy me a present. And then we'd run some more. I miss the exercise. Oh. But straight people are a hoot. I love straight people. I love straight girls because y'all get your boobs out, and thank you. I like boobs. People say to me, you're gay, you can't like boobs. All men like boobs. All men like boobs. You know what men like more than boobs? Big boobs. You know who doesn't like the big boobs? Girls with small tits. The girls... And I say to them, you'd act the same way if you came across a big penis. Came across it, I could barely get my hand around it. What did you just say to me? I like the international sound for big boobs. Y'all know what that is? Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? It's like hugging a stripper you don't have to tip. It's nice. There's no international sound for a big penis, though, unless it's choking. Or applause. I still wouldn't know. I like straight guys. Straight guys are fun, ladies. Aren't straight guys fun, you know? I like straight guys for one reason and one reason only. They drink and eventually pass out. Then it's my turn. I'll show you how to spoon, I yell. They can't hear me because they're crying and facing the other way. The point is, I particularly like those straight guys from the Jackass movies. Have you all seen those? You know, the Jackass movies? You know what I'm talking about. Oh, yeah, you'd have sex with one now because they're millionaires, but 10 years ago, get off my lawn, you freak! I know. They did this weird thing in one of their movies. They did this stunt where they took that carnival game, you know, where you hit the thing and it hits the bell, and they took the thing off and replaced it with a dildo. Then Buddy hangs his naked ass over the top of this thing, and they all get in a line and take turns hitting it, and up it goes. It was the gayest thing I'd ever seen. I was so impressed, I took notes during the movie. I'll tell you, if I'd known back in high school that straight boys got that drunk and then got that naked and then shoved that much up their own asses, I'd have butched it up and gone to a kegger. Not all straight people are fun, though. Not all straight people are fun. Somebody comes to mind is Sally Kern. Do y'all remember her? She was that Republican representative from Oklahoma City during the Obama-thon to the White House. She was quoted as saying that gay men were worse than terrorists. Who the hell is she having in her house? Seriously, think about it. If you have a terrorist and a gay man in your house, the chances of the terrorist blowing up your house are there. I'm not saying he's gonna, but it's there. The worst the gay guy's gonna do is blow your husband, and really, isn't that just a night out for you? Isn't that nice? She also said that America had to brace itself against the homosexual agenda. I went through my daytimer, and let me tell you, the only thing in this homosexual's agenda was Pride 2010. Woo! That's it. That was it. If I were a lesbian, there'd been a couple of trips to the Home Depot and maybe a potluck. That would have been the difference. That would have been the difference. They're very busy, the lesbians. They're kind of like the Oompa Loompas of the gay community. Which explains their shoes. But don't say that to a lesbian. Do not say that. She'll get angry at it. Don't make her throw her cats at you. She'll do it. Don't drywall you right into a corner. Seriously, don't do it. I do a lot of road trips. I love road trips. Do you like road trips? Do you like getting on the road? It's fun. It's fun. I mean, it's not good for women. It's not good for women because there's never a washroom where you want it. Like when I was young, my mom used to crowd my brother and I into the car and then off we'd go. And she wouldn't even stop the car for us. Do you know what I mean? She just cracked the window open and let us hang out it like Russian acrobats. We're boys. The whole world is our toilet. Do you know what I mean? It's not important. But my mom's not a croucher. You're never going to see my mom in the middle of a field with her underwear held out having a pee. Do you know what I'm saying? She's too much of a lady for that, is her story. What my mom likes to do is she'll sit in the door frame of the car. Has anybody ever seen anybody do that? Because I'll tell you, I did. I was still sitting in the back of it. La 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 la. Seriously, I'm sure that's what did it to me. La la la. You know what I'm saying? And then the cars on the highway, they're not stupid. They all knew what was going on. They're all honk, 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 looking good. And that's when I would tell her to come around and use the passenger side because you don't need to see that on the highway. I don't care how fast you're driving. Oh, I was in a car accident last year. That's very exciting. Have you all been in a car accident? A lot of stuff happens when you're in a car accident. I don't know if you know this, like, for instance, the airbag goes off, which activates the OnStar. Y'all know what that is, a blue button in the ceiling you push when you're lost or lonely or can't remember the words to a song. It's an incredibly helpful invention. Don't get me wrong, but they have got to warn you that that thing is going to go off first. Do you know what I mean? There should be a disclaimer on the windshield that says, this car may talk to you at any minute. Hold on to stuff. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm in the accident, the airbag goes off, and then all of a sudden I hear, your airbag has deployed. You've been in an accident. Please remain calm. Well, you know what I did? I was alone in the car. Who the hell is talking to me? I thought Jesus was coming to take me home. So now I'm sitting in a car facing the wrong way on a highway that I'd just been in an accident on, in a car filled with smoke. And the smell of burning remain calm. I think that if they want me to remain calm, they should rethink the smell of that charge. And in this modern day of fresh sense, I think they can do it. It doesn't have to be an angry, hateful smell. I think it could be a kinder, gentler smell. Like cookies. Because then I'd be, Are there cookies? Sir, are you all right? I am. Great. Where the hell are the cookies?
We're getting the jaws alive.
Well, keep them the hell away from my cookies. I like cookies. You know who likes cookies? Dogs like cookies. Do we have dog owners? Dog owners? People who want to always take care of something that will never take care of itself or pay its rent? Yes, idiots. I like dogs. I don't own a dog now. It didn't die or anything. I owned it with a partner, and we broke up, and he got custody because I said no. I can't keep a plant alive. Chances are dog's gonna smell within a week. Do you know what I'm saying? And my partner was, you know, great with the dog. I mean, great, like to the point of extreme. Like, we always the best foods. You know those little doggy bonbons that look like Godiva chocolates, you know, those expensive $400 each one. We'd buy those. We'd buy the holistic, human-grade, organic food. And, you know, I could suck the grease out of a paper bag left on the floor over there. He wouldn't give a crap. But but the dog had to have the best. You see the mystery of why we broke up, I can assure you. And so, you know, here I am reading a bag of these cookies, the ingredients, and I'm looking at it, it's pretty good, you know, whole grain, la, 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 organic, la, la, la. As I'm reading this, he reaches across me, grabs one, and eats it. Yes, exactly. I thought, oh my God, what the hell is wrong with you? He said, what? There's nothing wrong with this, it's all normal food. You know, anybody could eat this, it's got carob. It tastes quite nice. And I have to tell you, I thought about it for a second, and I thought, you know what? I've had worse in my mouth. I'm not gonna lie to any of you right now. I'm not gonna lie. I've had worse. So I thought, what the hell? I grab one of the cookies, I throw it in my mouth. It's clicking past my teeth when he says to me, ha, made you eat dog food. Again, the mystery of my being single has revealed itself. And I should have known better. It's my own fault. Because that's how we used to trick the straight boys back in high school. Ha, made you suck cock. I am just saying. My brother got married last year. Had to go to a kilt fittings. You're not allowed to wear underwear with a kilt. Do y'all know that? You're not allowed to wear underwear with a kilt. I'll tell you what I did. I wore underwear with my guilt for 2 reasons. At my brother's wedding, there was alcohol and stairs. Nobody needs a picture of that. Nobody needs a picture of that. I don't care who you are. And it was a windy day, too. I was afraid to move. I had no fart filter on. I'm like, oh, God. Oh, my God. I had to go to a kilt fitting. I took my mom with me. Huge mistake. Huge mistake. When I came out of the fitting room, we both cried. For totally different reasons, though. I cried because I looked like a Russian parochial schoolgirl training for shot put. My mom cried because she finally had the daughter she always wanted, so it was a win-win, I'll tell you that. A friend of mine owned a cat. The biggest, fattest cat you ever saw. It was orange and 100 million pounds, and it wouldn't move. It would just lie there like some dirty bath mat no one wanted to use. It was disgusting. Awful. And the thing was, I at the time was thinking I should, lose some weight. I want to work out, but, they say the best way to work out is with a workout partner. And the only person I knew that was fatter than me was this cat. I am serious. It was a big, fat bastard. It wouldn't even walk anymore. It wouldn't walk anywhere. It would just wait for you to walk by and then hook its claw on your sock and let you take it to where it wanted to be. And the only time it would move faster is if it heard food being opened in the other room, and then it would just really nip at your heel and make you move along. Owning pets is a big responsibility. You can't go out drunk on a 3-weekend bender or something when you drink and you own a pet. You gotta be responsible. I like to drink sometimes. I'm not a big drinker. My friends drink more than I do, which is funny. I was at a New Year's Eve party with a friend, a girl, and she got right good and hammered, like, within 10 seconds. She's like, I do, that kind of, done. And we lived in the same neighborhood, so she and I were gonna share a cab, so I'm just waiting for her to let me know when it's time to go. And at one part, the party's maybe 12:05. That's how into the new year we're at. All of a sudden, out of the sea of people enjoying the new year, she stands up out of the crowd like Nosferatu. We're going! And away she goes. So I thought, all right, fine, whatever. I go and get her. Here's the thing. If you're trying to flag down a cab with a drunk person, they won't stop. If they think they're drunk or unconscious or possibly dead. I am just saying, so I'm holding her, trying to flag down a cab and shaking her so she looks awake. But the thing is, she's hammered. And the difference between hammered and drunk is one of her boobs was out. That's the difference. And so I finally got a cab to stop. We get in and off we go. Now, she and I both live in the Village in Toronto, at the heart of Wesleyan Church. And let me tell you right now, right at the heart of Wesleyan Church, at this New Year's, they had just opened a brand new pizza. And it has this beautiful fish tank window that faces Wellesley. And that's where our cab stopped, at the lights. And I thought, we're almost home. Good one, because everybody has thrown up in a cab. And if you have not, you were in a blackout and your friends have it on their phone. Be nice to them at Christmas. So I'm sitting there enjoying the fact we're almost home. Good. All of a sudden, she gave me that international sign that she was going to be a drunk person throwing up, which is basically this. But she's lying on me. Oh, God. And I'm screaming. My mouth's open. I'm trying to shut it. And she's trying to climb over me to get to the door, and I didn't know what the heck was going on. She throws the door open, throws up into the street in front of all these gay men with their first slice of the new year, and they're all, ew! Happy New Year! Pick your moments is what I'm saying. If you're gonna throw up, pick a friendly neighborhood. When I did it, I was at Jarvis and Gerard, which is a place where the ladies like to work, apparently. I don't know. But all I know is when I opened the door, 4 women rushed the cab and weren't happy when I threw up on their shoes, I'll tell you now. It's not good. And it's funny because, I don't even remember the rest of that cab drive. You know what I mean? All I know is I woke up in front of my toilet, which to me, success. We made it home. Good job, fatty. You know what I'm saying? So I'm peeling myself from the bathroom floor and I'm going back to my room, and that's when I noticed that I left the door to my apartment wide open, and I'm like, oh God, how long have I been on the floor? What's going on? So I go and close the door. but I trip over the coffee table. I hit the door with my face. The door slams shut. I slide down the door into the carpet. My roommate comes running out of his room saying, "What was that? What happened? What's the matter?" And I thought I had very calmly said to him, "Nothing, I tripped, go back to bed." But what came out was, which is the exact moment that I realized I don't have a roommate. Who the hell is that guy? I wasn't even in the right apartment. Oh my God. I felt so bad, I did the only thing I could do, which was throw up on him and get the hell out of there. So I've been working out. Don't. It's not good. I absolutely hate it. Every time we do any little exercise or anything, I'm supposed to feel better about myself. But now I walk around like an 80-year-old man. Every day I go, oh, I can't, nothing. It's awful. And this is the thing. My trainer is great. I love my trainer because he comes to my apartment. He brings everything with him. I don't have to do a thing. And that was my selling point to getting a trainer. Keep it simple. You come to me, keep it. If you do, I will not go on the subway to hate my life. Do you know what I'm saying? And so, but this I didn't think it out because I can't call last minute and cancel. Because he's usually at my door knocking and I live in a bachelor. There's nowhere to hide. He said to me that I needed to buy sweat clothes. I said, I sweat in all my clothes. That's not what he meant. He says stuff to me like, he'll say, do squats, and then I say no. Well, actually what I say is no. Because if I shake my head, it's cardio, is what he told me. So he confuses me with things to get me to work out more. Like he'll say, good job. Now it's time for active rest. One leg squats. And I'm like going, oh, I love rest. Rest is great. Active rest. Active rest? How can you have active rest? You can't. The whole point of rest is to get ready for more activity. If you have activity, there's no longer rest. What the hell are you saying to me? And then that's when he says, other leg. There's always two sides. What the hell is that? I said to him, no, fuck it. I want to walk funny my whole life. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing the other side. I'm not working. I'll just stand in doorways. I'm not doing it. I'm not. I'm going to buy a balloon bouquet, strap it to my leg, and camouflage that one side. I'm gay. Who doesn't say I'm not going to a party? Hey, everybody, pop, pop, pop. I'm not doing it. And he's trying to create activities for me in my not workout times to be more active. And I said to him, I have the best activity. It's called sitting. It's the best, because it's a base activity. You can do everything when you're sitting. For instance, one of the things you can do when you're sitting is surf the net. It sounds like exercise, so I count it. 3 hours of surfing. The other activity I like to do when sitting is watching TV. Watching TV is the best activity ever. And my trainer says it's not cardio, and I say, yes, it is. Because I watch TV like a black woman in church. There's a lot of screaming and yelling. Sometimes I faint. It's fabulous. Here's an example. I was watching TV, and the best commercial I'd ever seen in my entire life came on. I was in Nirvana. I had the phone in my hand. I was going to buy this product. It was the best product ever. It's the Lappin' Snack. Have you heard of this? It's a bowl with 2 channels in it. It sits right on your leg. You got chips, you got pretzels. It is the best thing ever. I lost my natural mind. I was going to buy 2, one for each leg. I had it picked out and everything. Yeehaw, Lappin' Snack. Do you know what I'm saying? And then as I'm waiting for the number, I'm like, oh God, oh God. The screen on my TV cracks. I freaked out. Because if my TV's not working, I no longer have a need to snack. I didn't know what the hell to think. I'm like, oh God. And then the screen fell, but it didn't hit the ground. And I look, and there's like a forest through my TV, and there's a guy standing there relaxing. He hits it again, the whole TV's gone, and he's standing there looking at me. And then he walks back into this forest, gets in an SUV, and drives off. And where the SUV was are now the words, maybe you should get outside. I said, maybe you should go fuck yourself, SUV. Where the hell is the Lappin' Snack? Because I'll tell you right now, I am never never buying an SUV. I was gonna buy 2 Lappin' Snacks. The only way I'm gonna buy an SUV is if there's a Lappin' Snack in it. Seriously, that's not a product? Are you kidding me? They've got Snuggies on TV. Everybody's buying a Snuggie. It's a blanket with sleeves. What the hell is that? Save yourself some money and turn your house coats around. What is wrong with you people? The Lappin' Snack isn't a product? Are you kidding me? Don't fuck with a fat man and his snacking nonsense. And my trainer says that's not cardio. I had a bad day. I'm sorry, I'll share it with you. I'll tell you why. I had a bad day. I got new dish soap. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. Here's the thing. In the history of me, dish soap has always been clear. There's yellow, lemon, green, pine, but clear. Now there's new colors, there's purple, there's lavender, smells like angel's kisses and baby farts. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I'm on the fence with it though. Do you hear what I'm saying? But there's this new one. It's disgusting. It's creamy. I'm sorry. It just looks like a huge bottle of splooge. There, I've said it. I'm not happy about it. I didn't invent it. Don't get mad at me. But it's sitting right there next to the dishes. You know what I'm saying? But I can't help it. As a comic, when I go into the kitchen to do the dishes, I grab that bottle and I'm all, What? It's a big bottle. You gotta economize. And I'm all, who's a dirty dish? Lift that plate. Which I think is a hoot. But the nuns at the orphanage where I work, they're not a fan. My name is Richard Ryder. Thank you so much for listening.